Dutty, and we're talking about language, especially language surrounding slavery. This is going to be a quick one today, but I really wanted to show my progression of language over the past 3 years. It's really been a struggle to really modify my language to really up my interpretation. Instead of using servant or slave, using enslaved person. Now, why would I do that? I'm using an adjective to describe their position, not reduce them down to that position. So, enslaved worker, enslaved servant, enslaved field hand. Instead of just using the position, we're actually using it as an adjective, also giving them humanity. Try to use enslaved person a lot more because, again, we're giving them that humanity. Now, I know that this is kind of a sore subject for some people, and I understand it's really a lot about generational use of language as well. So a lot of my parents' age people, they're using servant and slave, and I'm starting to see more museum professionals around my age using enslaved person, and it really is a daily struggle for me to remember to use the correct terminology. So I really personally, putting out my personal opinion, I think using servant is a cop-out. If you are using servant or slave out of first person, I mean in the moment first person, correct, accurate first person, then you're using it a bit as a cop-out. And you know, you're not saying, actually acknowledging their status. You're kind of dancing around. It seems a lot more nicer and a lot better than actually saying enslaved person or even just slave. That is preferable to using servant in my book, because I just feel like you're not acknowledging at all or specifying this person's status. Because servants, you can be an indentured servant, you can be a free servant, you can be hired, or you can be enslaved. So please specify. And I've really seen, especially in households, mixed households, where at some sites they have both hired, indentured, and enslaved servants all in the same house. So you have to specify. And just in general, I've been to sites where the person continually uses servant, and never mentioning enslaved persons. But then when I ask them, so are the workers on this site hired or enslaved? They're just like, oh, they're all slaves. So you're not able to actually specify who is actually doing this work. And some people do get confused. So it's also very practical. It's not just being politically correct. It's also be specific in your interpretation. And this should be throughout your entire interpretation. You have to be very specific or you're gonna lose people. Now, I hope that you all use this little bit of advice in your interpretation. I think it will go a long way also for certain groups. It really turns off certain groups when they go to a historical site in which their people were an integral part of that history, and people can't even specify their status. That's kind of like, what? So just be sure to kind of be specific in your entire interpretation. But thank you very much for listening, and I hope you have a good day.
Dutty.